Well Verge podcast. Check it out. Well Pod's experience. All day, all night. Refine and redefine your life.
सबसे पहला तो लाइफ जर्नी के ऊपर ये कि आई मीन what has been your hardest phase in life, I mean, where you actually felt like giving up but you didn't, like many top achievers they have said in their talks कि अपने जो पास के लोग होते हैं वही आपके विजन पे भरोसा नहीं करते, आपके ड्रीम्स पे भरोसा नहीं करते. सो आपने कभी ऐसा महसूस किया हो कि यू जस्ट डोंट वांट टू, you just want to just isolated yourself from all that stuff and then moved ahead, or maybe thought ki I should just give it up? Vispy sir.
So I think it's the question is irrelevant. When you are focused enough, when you already have a goal set,
Right.
and when you yourselves know that you are on the right path,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter, when people are noising around you. So for me, people who matter to me, they never question me, and the
Right.
people who always question you, they never matter to you. That's what I believe in.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's fantastic. Akshay sir,
Yeah.
what's your आपको कभी ऐसा लगा लाइफ में hardest phase?
There's always a hardest phase in everything you do. If you're doing anything worthwhile in your life, yeah, you'll always have challenges.
Right.
देखो practical thing is कि when you face such a thing, कुछ भी
Yeah.
ऐसा problem आती है life में, that time you feel down, you feel very bad. ये सबके साथ होता है. But over time you realize after a couple of years that यार बहुत अच्छे के लिए हुआ जो हुआ था, right? And what I'll say about people is, look, as Vispy exactly said, they don't matter. And isolation तो मैं आज भी अपने को isolate करके ही रखता हूँ. And I literally cut off from most people who don't believe in me, who will always doubt you, who will always taunt you, comment on you. And you'll always see one thing which I tell youngsters also when I'm mentoring them. Any person who has achieved anything worthwhile in their life will never be on the list of people who are against you. Such
Right.
people will always motivate you. It's always people who have done nothing in their own lives. They are
Correct.
just stay away from. There's a lot of negative energy in these people.
Yep.
You have limited time and energy. That's why they're called energy vampires. Stay away
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure लोगों को ये सुन के ज़रूर लगना चाहिए कि भाई अचीवमेंट्स और ये सारी जो चीज़ें हैं ये सबको आइसोलेट करने के बाद ही आती है, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल इन नॉर्मल लाइफ दे टेंड टू जस्ट गिव इट अप. Probably their dreams are not strong enough, or maybe they do not have that environment where somebody is actually planting that seed in their head, you can do this. So this is amazing to know. So when you started this magnificent journey of yours, Vispy sir, initial days, I mean, did you get all the support from the people around you, like blind trust उन्होंने कर लिया एकदम आप पे कि भाई ये जो कर रहा है बिल्कुल सही कर रहा है and just have to do it?
मैंने क्वेश्चन ही नहीं पूछा उनको मैंने.
You just kept on doing what you were doing.
See, one thing, I was always into sports and all, with academics and with my banking job and all. I was still with my sports, still with my martial arts training, still with my strength training, still training our forces.
Right.
Those days also.
Right.
So I was very sure of, but I was not sure of continuing my banking job, because that was not which I felt good about. That was not my passion. So my passion called, and one fine day I took the call that I need to be into fitness and martial arts, and that's what I'm doing. So
Right.
there was no questions in my mind that I need to ask somebody or consult somebody. Most important thing was I need to ask my wife first,
Right.
because the high paying job I had to leave, and my parents, of course. So that was the only thing. Rest, I think, I don't believe in people commenting on you or people trying to advise you, because they have no knowledge about the field I was marching in.
Right. Precisely.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we had people in India, forget about abroad. People in India, we already have people like Akshay Chopra and Jeet Salar, and people who are already seniors to me in fitness and health. They are doing fabulous job, and so
Yep.
I had to look up to them and just continue my work.
Amazing. अब मैं एक चीज़ और जानना चाह रहा था कि now your son Zidane recently won the silver medal in
Yeah.
kudo as a sport. कूडो एज अ
Yes.
स्पोर्ट बहुत ही अंडररेटेड है इंडिया के अंदर, बहुत कम लोग ही जानते हैं
It's
जूडो
the
के
late,
बारे में,
yeah,
पर
it's the
कूडो।
latest entrant in the form of martial arts. It's in India since last 14 years only.
ओके
And Akshay Kumar ji is the patron chairman. Mehul Vora ji is the founding member and the president that time.
ओके
And I was also part of the founding member, and I'm also part of the founding team. And right now I'm the head coach of Kudo India. It's a Japanese mixed combat sport.
ओके
It's completely aligned and similar to what we see in UFC MMA.
अच्छा
But
ओके
UFC and MMA, it's just combat, it's not a sport.
ओके
And Kudo is a sport. So we have certain rules and regulations as per Sports Act.
राइट
You can't hit on the joints, you can't hit on the soft parts,
राइट
something like that. Otherwise, it's about kicking, punching, throwing, falling, again, jujitsu on the ground, everything. And that too, I would like to mention here is it's the only form of martial art in India which is full contact.
like earlier it used to be Kyokushin in karate,
Kyokushin is again standing fights.
standing fights.
That
It
to
has
no
everything.
that to no punches on the face.
Right, right.
This is everything.
Okay. And it's
Of
like,
course, there are rules and regulations as per different age categories. That's below 13, there are no punches allowed on face.
right,
No, to keep the injuries away.
right.
But rather than that, it's a full contact art, and most importantly, the most differentiating aspect is if you
Right.
see any other form of martial art in a competition,
Hmm.
every time a kid scores a point, the referee stops the fight,
Yes.
grants a point, and then they re-continue. In
Yes.
Kurio, there is no stopping of fight at all. It's a continuous fighting system.
And
Only if there is a foul, referee stops the fight.
or somebody KOs or submits something like that.
Yeah. That's a different story. But we wanted to imbibe this particular structure so that students or the kids who are practicing Kudo, they don't form a particular muscle memory where they hit somebody and stop on in the on a street fight
Right, right.
condition.
Of course.
So it's a continuous. It's basically closest to street fighting system.
So is it different than Krav Maga in that way? Because Krav Maga is also street self-defense.
No, so Krav Maga is a different ball game altogether. So Krav Maga we don't teach to civilians at all. It's only for forces. It's the
Ah,
most brutal art. And in Kudo or any other sport, we hit on face, we hit on stomach, chest, legs, thighs, everywhere. Krav Maga, we don't hit on chest, thighs, face, no. We hit on the joints, we hit to kill in Krav Maga. That's a
right.
different story.
Okay. Okay.
So we
So
don't
how
teach to civilians at all.
how did you feel so confident of this sport as a career for your son when many have not even heard of this sport till date?
Uh, I was only promoting it, so there was no question about being confident.
Okay.
So we wanted to have a particular form of martial art in India which was very close to self-defense and very close to street fighting, and that was Kudo.
Hmm. Okay.
So we are still promoting it. It is the latest form of martial arts in India, and it is the fastest growing martial art form in the country right now. We are
Okay.
already present in 32 states and union territories.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Akshay sir, do you think a lot of great talents they lose out on a career in sports because probably no support from parents or how do you see parenting today? I mean, I saw a reel of yours recently where you said आजकल तो parents धूप में भी नहीं जाने देते बच्चों को. I mean, that's my pet peeve also. I mean, I know people don't. So what do you feel about that?
Uh, so the problem in Indian families is it's not just parents, it's about the cultural aspect यार. हमारे यहाँ
Right.
पे स्पोर्ट्स और फिटनेस हमारे कल्चर में है ही नहीं.
Hmm.
और अभी भी if you actually get fit, you will see your if I'm a Punjabi तो यहाँ तो extreme ही है कि you will see all my relatives coming and telling that पतला हो गया है, कुछ खाता नहीं है, लड़की पतली हो गई है. So there is no concept of fitness and health as such.
Right.
And then another problem is the stubborn mindset of Indians. So they wake up only when there's an emergency.
Hmm.
अब जब ओवरऑल
True.
ऐसा एस्पेक्ट फैमिली में रहेगा तो यार बच्चों को कंडीशन करना ना, सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. दैट्स व्हाई if Vispy is able to do it because he has been an athlete, he's an athlete and he knows that mindset. I am trying to push my kids in different sports,
Right.
but वो चीज़ इम्बाइब करना स्कूल सिस्टम्स में भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द फोकस इज ऑन एकेडमिक्स. हार्डली कोई एक गेम्स पीरियड होता है, वो भी टाइम पास के लिए, राइट? सो इट एक्चुअली
Right, it's time pass.
पेरेंट्स. इट एक्चुअली डिपेंड्स ऑन पेरेंट्स यार. और हम जो मर्जी बोलें, लेकिन वो जो घर से पुश मिलता है ना, वो और कहीं से नहीं मिलेगा.
Yes. So, I mean, do you see there is a change, there is a shift in parenting today versus, I mean, like we were kids and now that we have become parents, do you think there is a shift in that thing or is it still the same?
No, it's still the same. Only thing is that we are a bit more aware. We have a bit more, facilities around. Number of sports are increasing. Number of opportunities are there. There are gyms. अगर बच्चा sport नहीं भी खेलता, there are gyms around to take them. But at the end of the day, for most people, it's the same. I mean, the mindset is the same. In
Absolutely.
fact, it's becoming a bit more rigid nowadays. थोड़ा सा और वो.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you feel that same, Vispy sir?
Yeah, it's still the same. So see, the mindset behind putting kids into a particular form of sport is not clear. They just want it as a sake of activity.
Yeah.
So that is not the right attitude. They should be enrolling this. So as we always mention, do not register your kids into martial arts, enroll your kids, which means the parent also has to involve themselves
Right.
into that particular form of sport or martial art or whatever. Then
Right.
only the kid will excel. It's not about those 3 hours or 4 days training. They have to do it at home also. They have to practice at home also, as same as homework in our schools.
Yes, yes. I
And
remember.
yeah, sorry.
No. Please continue.
So basically, parenting is kind of, yes, absolutely same. But right now, the parenting is, I don't mention it as parenting. I call it sharenting. They want to share their kids, with their friends and family that my kid is doing so activity, and they want to just show it off.
Yeah.
With the kid doesn't like it actually, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So that is not right.
Yeah, I mean, I personally know many people, those who enroll, not enroll, actually register for martial arts because they have to lose weight. So they start doing kickboxing. I was like, oh, ये तो कुछ अलग ही track पे ये लोग जा रहे हैं अभी. So yeah, I mean, martial art that way, it needs that sort of cultural shift also. So,
Yeah.
do you think every competitor at that level where you are competing at this point is a champion in itself, like in Olympics also? But what really separates a legend from a champion?
See, we tag someone as legends, which is very fine because they have been consistently winning certain competitions.
Right.
That's why they become legends. Otherwise, the process is same. I
Yeah.
think everybody should focus on the process of training and being into a nutritional regime and resting properly. That is more important rather than the accolades
Yeah, I agree.
because those are byproducts. Winning, losing are byproducts, and tags like legends or I don't see there is no tag as legend. So even I've got a tag called Steelman of India.
Right.
I don't personally myself take it as a tag, but I take it as an acknowledgement of love and appreciation by people. That is what the legend tag is all also about. But the most important parameter should be the process. I think we should focus more on, inculcating into the minds of parents and students that the process is more important. It will take the students to some level, which will be far-fetched dream,
Yeah.
probably if they are not following that process. That's more
Right.
important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Akshay sir, I mean, from Air Force to entrepreneurship, what has been your key to success in achieving entrepreneurial milestones like We Are Stupid, Genesis, Cafe Tea, now Mango Herbs also? What has been your key takeaways as far as success is concerned?
It's very difficult to evaluate the key takeaways because I think consistency and focus here. These two words matter the most. So I can give you a number of examples, a number of very heavy words to digest. कि ऐसा था और वैसा था, stories and all that. Doesn't matter. You should need to have very clear focus, okay, and you need to be very very consistent. It's as simple as that. As Vispy said, that when you talk about legends, it's not just about winning. So there are people who really haven't won much, but they have dedicated their lives to that sport. They are eventually called legends.
Right.
It's about being in a process and giving your life to it, focusing everything towards it. That's
Correct.
Right. Fantastic. Okay. Right. So, I mean, to continue with your answer, I mean, it's again a common question for both of you. Like, I mean, I feel failures and success. I mean, they are two very important aspects of everyone's life, and it comes down to, winning things are great, losing things are bad. How do you mentally process these two situations personally?
See, in anything you do, you are not doing that particular thing to fail, first and
Right,
foremost.
right,
You're doing it to win only.
right,
Okay. But I again mention it, they are byproducts. It's more important that you love the process. You
hmm,
should get involved 100% into it.
hmm,
So it's like I'm not a bodybuilder, but I love strength training,
right,
something like that. I love that art. I admire bodybuilder. That's a different story altogether.
right,
Doesn't mean I'm going to compete on stage and no, so I have no genetics of bodybuilders. So I have to understand it. If somebody doesn't win or if somebody is not able to compete, he or she needs to understand he or she is not made for it. But then if they are loving the process of
right,
training and undergoing the whole system, that is more important.
right, right. Akshay sir, what about you?
Look
How
here,
do you?
I always believe in something, which forces always teach you. It's about discipline. The discipline in simple terms means that even if you don't like something, today you're not in a mood to do something, but you still have to do it irrespective, right?
Correct.
So, of course, first you choose what you love to do. That's very important because you know to have that consistent interest for a very long time. But then there are times when you feel low. There are times when you don't feel like doing it. But discipline is something which will force you to do even when you don't like it. And there's a time when it a time comes when that discipline is something which you start loving. You start loving the process. You cannot live without it. So today, I'm sure if Vispy and I, we stay away from the gym for a couple of days, no, we get that itch. We're not able to stay at home because it's over the years we have pushed ourselves when we were not in a mood to do it. So for
Right,
me, what I always say to youngsters is motivation and all these things will last you only for a very short time.
right.
Ultimately, it's the
Exactly.
discipline which will push you.
Fantastic. That's really good to know because do you think there is something more to uh, than just being disciplined? Because
Yeah,
for
there
example,
is.
let's say,
I want to cover that, and that's that word.
yeah,
I don't know why nobody covers. I have seen so many, the speakers telling
yeah,
flowery languages to youngsters, और वो फिर उनको जब actually चीजें करनी होती है तब वो word याद आता है. That is pain.
pain.
So
Right.
we need to tell, and I tell youngsters, anything you will do worthwhile in your life, in any field, whether it's academics, it's sports, it's some creative stuff you're doing, the process is going to be very painful. You need to understand it will not be without pain, and that is where the discipline comes in. That irrespective of the pain, you are still going to continue and be consistent and do it. A lot of people who
Correct.
go to the gym, that's why when all these, everybody knows in the first 1 month, when as the new year comes in, gyms will be full. What happens in the second? Because when people start experiencing that pain, no motivation goes off. They must have seen those motivational videos, guys pushing, huffing, puffing with music. But in the real world, there is no music. Your pain is your pain. जब वो pain होता है ना तो वो खुद ही experience करना पड़ता है. And that is what youngsters need to be taught. कि वो
Yeah,
painful process है. उसे डरो मत. That's why we call sports में कहते हैं ना मीठी दर्द या sweet pain. We
yeah,
need to make these youngsters tell these things कि हाँ यार दर्द होगा, परेशानी होगी, irritation होगी, नींद आएगी, ठीक है. लेकिन you have to push yourself.
yeah.
Correct.
So this brings me to this thing. I mean, the winning mindset, basically. Do you think some people are like born with it, or we can build upon it? You think that?
No. So there have been a lot of good books written on this, and they've done a lot of research on aspects. So there are always genetic factors. There is no doubt in that. Now, if you look at top sportsmen who have been, great sportsmen, of course their genes are being passed upon. I've
Right,
seen in myself, because of my family background, my grandfather was a wrestler in
right.
Pakistan before
Okay.
independence. My mom was a national award winning athlete, track and field.
Wow.
TK 82, 83. So those genes were definitely there. You know.
Hmm, hmm.
But at the end of the day, that will not guarantee you win. The world is full of wasted talent. It's not
Yeah.
just the talent or the genes which is going to get you medal or going to make you win. It the bitter words are again the same: discipline, extreme amount of consistency for years together. It's a boring process. It's a very painful process. That
Very true.
what makes you win. Okay.
Yeah. So, Vispy sir, I mean, for you as well, like what you have done is something which is next to impossible for many people. You know, with 17 makes it achievement, like in fact holding those 160 kg logs and all that. Do you think, you know, do you relate with Akshay sir here with this thing?
100% relate to him. So I always mention, even in my motivational speeches too, I'd go to colleges and all. So I always mention there is only one feeling in the world which is very, very genuine, and that is pain. Rest all feelings can be faked. You can't fake pain. And whenever I practice about my stunts or whatever records I do,
Hmm.
I have to surpass a pain-bearing threshold every time.
Right.
And that new discovery of myself, I like the most. So that is what gives me a kick. It's not about the record,
Wow.
but every time I surpass a pain-bearing level, I rediscover myself. No, you get that, I can do this also. Something like that. So that's
Yes.
more important.
You know,
Fantastic.
I'll give you an example. So let's say I've talked about Vispy. When he'll go somewhere for a talk or something, or he does a performance, people are going to look at that moment or that his performance, his achievement. They're not going to look at the journey, those
Correct.
painful days and nights he must have spent with extreme agony, extreme soreness, frustration that my performance is not coming. I need, वो कोई नहीं देखता. That's why I tell youngsters, please start reading good books, start reading good autobiographies or biographies. You'll come to know about the journey the person has gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look at the result.
Absolutely. I have
So
been.
even the latest stunt, which I did, the record, the maximum weight of Hercules pillar, which I did at Atari border,
Yeah.
the failed attempt is video is not yet out.
Ah,
I failed for the first attempt. The moment I stood up, I failed in first 2 to 3 seconds only. I couldn't hold it only.
same
But
weight.
my team immediately, yes. So immediately everybody, pushed the weight up, and I did it in 10 seconds again.
Okay.
So the first attempt I failed. So anybody would have psychology gone down, psychologically absolutely drained out, that I'm gone in front of 50,000
Yeah,
people.
in front of
And
so many
that too
people.
on, yeah. But
Right.
that's where the training comes in
Yeah.
action. You
Yes.
need to be focused.
Yes. 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 Actually, sir, I'm sure achievements come with high vibrational mindset basically. So does it become difficult for you to relate to less vibrational people? I mean, less vibrational mindset, or you feel lonely at the top, or you take it this as a pride and turn it as a powerful for yourself to keep going basically.
There's always lonely at the top, and I'm not even close to the top, so I have a lot of people around. But yes, it becomes very difficult, and it's not that these people are bad, or I'll not say the vibrational energy or something. My mindset really don't match with a lot of people because I am not that type of a guy who can sit, दारू पी रहे हैं बैठकर फालतू की बातें कर रहे हैं, pubs में जाके parties कर रहे हैं. I am not that type of person from the very beginning.
Right.
Okay, so if you make me sit within, in a group of friends, let's say I met after a lot of years, then of course, you can sit and you can remember those good old days. That's once in a while, it's okay. But
Right.
every day, if you tell me, okay, every weekend I'll go for party, and I'm not that type of guy. I don't gel with such people. And what I gel with is people, who discuss ideas, who discuss some, good things, which will actually make you push up. Or, for example, if I'm an entrepreneur today, I would like to sit with bigger businessmen. And when you sit with those people, you will realize that they don't have time to watch nonsense television shows or, go for parties. They're very focused
Yeah.
people. So now I gel with those people more. Otherwise, I feel that thoda sa energy limited hai. I cannot focus on everyone, but God bless everyone. Yeah, everybody has their own life.
Of course. Fantastic. What about you, Vispy sir? Do you feel the same thing?
Absolutely. So company matters.
Yeah.
No. So I was the same. So people who know me, they know me like I'm reserved. I don't talk to more people, but that's not true. So I choose to stay reserved and not mingle with many people. I feel friendship uh, is a system wherein you get it only good friends after a lot of failures.
Yeah.
And when you're failing or when you're in the most downward trend, and then if somebody's standing besides you, then they are called friends. Otherwise, rest are all it's okay.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't believe in. I'm lucky that I have more students and more sirs and I have more relationship with my students and sirs rather than friends. And there are very few friends in my life, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's amazing. एक चीज़ मैं जानना चाह रहा था. So I've been into the fitness industry as a professional trainer for like 13 plus years now, and over a period of time I have realized, like couple of years, 5 years, 6 years, uh, training so many clients, HNI clients also, fitness in 20s versus fitness in 30s. Do you feel there is a difference? Like how do you take care? हम जो करते थे 20s के अंदर, probably let's say uh, even with the lack of sleep, not sleeping well also, we could probably recover easily. Do you feel that with your kind of training, with strongman training, lifting huge amount of weights and all that, do you feel that does it take a toll on the body? How is your recovery process? Even Akshay sir, I would like to know from you also, how has it changed for you post 30 basically?
Yeah, Vispy.
So, yeah, okay. So, see, I'll be very honest with you.
Yes, please.
If you want to succeed in life, and if you're not having enough 6 hours, 8 hours sleep, it's okay.
Hmm.
But the most importantly, when you wake up in the morning, your goal has to be very clear that you woke up today to do one particular thing, and that has to be there before you sleep. You
Right.
should be satisfied when you wake up, even if it's 4 hours sleep. So
Hmm.
when I was in IIM, we used to sleep for 2.5 hours, 3 hours
Hmm.
consistently.
Right.
That's okay. You are
Right.
sacrificing your sleep to achieve something else.
Right.
You need to be satisfied. The problem is when you wake up and when you've not had proper sleep, you start cribbing.
Hmm.
That's the problem.
Hmm.
Of course, I don't recommend pursuing this kind of lifestyle for the whole throughout the years, many years. That's bad for the health. But the main thing is your satisfaction.
Right.
If you are satisfied, it's fine.
Right. So has it improved from the IM days now? Do you sleep more now, or you?
Yeah, I sleep more than that. So right now my sleep is 6.5 or 7 hours.
7 hours.
And
So
Saturdays and Sundays I sleep more.
okay. So is there any change you felt, like post 30 years, 35 years? Did you feel any kind of change in your body? Like your recovery is not that what it was? There is any
Yeah,
specific
that's
reason?
that
Any any
it's
specific
science.
reason?
It's basically human body will take the toll.
Right.
So when I was 25, my body was different, and now with 45, I'm different.
Right.
So I have to train accordingly. I
Right.
can't take risks because I am responsible for towards my family, my wife, my kids. I have
Right.
to have that in my mind first before
Right.
taking any action.
Right.
So all these things are there. When I was alone, there was no need to even think about all these things. I could take more risks. But training has evolved. Science has evolved. In Surat, when we were gymming, there was nobody to give proper knowledge about nutrition or weight training. I used to read Arnold's Encyclopedia and do training.
Yeah.
So, so those were the days. And now science has evolved. I've done a lot of certification. I've done training with a lot of uh, uh, big athletes myself for many years. I've learned a lot.
Hmm.
So I've taken knowledge from many people and combined them together to, have my own knowledge, something like that.
If there are two things which you would like to suggest to normal people, general public, what they can do in their lives post 30 to improve their health, what would be that two things?
So health can only be improved with proper nutrition. That is first, not two things, three things. One
Okay,
is nutrition, one is strength training, and third is proper sleep.
proper sleep. Right,
Rest, everything will fall in action.
fantastic.
So these three things are important.
Akshay sir, what do you have to say about this? Like post 30, how have you taken care of your health differently
I'll
than
say
what?
I'm post 40s now. So it's a very obviously बात है because so what I have seen and something I'll tell you, there are a lot of confusing aspects of this. It's not that in your young age, of course, your hormones are raging. Your body is in a growth stage. Okay,
Right.
you can compensate a lot of ulti seedhi cheezein. You can go up, get off with bad diets. You can, get off with a lot of things in your 20s. Okay,
Right.
but then that's also a stage wherein you build up for the future. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to start early. However, there are two things we need to understand. One is that can you go without sleep in young age? Yes, you can. I mean, less sleep. So I've been from the forces. You can understand that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to performance, in forces, it was not about performance. It was always about pushing to a different level.
Right.
Okay. But if you're an athlete, right? For an athlete, go and study any top athlete in the world. Their coaches focus a lot on sleep. They sleep a lot. They have to for recovery. So it's about what stage of life you are in and what's your goal at that particular time. Now, in a lot of cases, for example, you're preparing for a competitive exam, academics hai. Usme you can again get away with little amount of sleep in your young age. कोई problem नहीं है. But of course, your body will start deteriorating post 30, especially your bone muscle mass will start going down, your test levels will start dropping. Plus, depending on, and of course, the stress levels are huge. You'll have family responsibilities coming in. You'll have economic responsibilities issues coming in the family, and when you have kids, your wife, then you have other type of stresses also. So somewhere down the line, your body takes a toll, and you will have to compensate. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि उस एज अच्छा फिर क्या होगा? Then you will start suffering. You'll see the signs also. If you don't sleep for a couple of days, you'll start seeing your productivity going down. Okay, you will
True.
start, for example, for me, one of the major issues I have from a very long time, and it's a big genetic issue. I have very big problem of back spasms. Okay, and I've realized over the years that irrespective whatever I do, if I don't sleep properly, adequate amount of sleep, then suddenly at any point of time I'll have a back spasm. Okay. So as you get older, you also start getting more mature and understanding your negative points. The main thing is that at this particular age, let's say your 40s, 50s, 60s, your Josh should not go down. You should be, it should always be high, even in your 80s and 90s, but you should become more sensible and accepting and understanding your body. That is
Absolutely.
Correct.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, if you have to advise to general public for 3 things or 2 things, what would that be? How can they take care of themselves post 30?
general public, I keep on advising, but I just tell them something very strictly: move your fucking ass. Just sitting like a, aate ki bori, and then you want everything sitting there watching videos. That won't happen. That's why I said that you have to go through that process of pain. So that's why,
Yes.
if you're doing nothing, if you're absolutely doing nothing, please get up and walk. That is the minimum
Yeah.
you can do. As you start doing that, as you start doing one process, automatically you'll start getting the energy and the confidence to move ahead. If I tell you a lot of things, I can tell you 20 things here कि ये सब कर सकते हैं, but problem is, will they do it? Who has not even taken a step for years together? ठीक है? So for them, first is this. Then slowly introducing strength training one by one, slowly cleaning their diet, not suddenly giving them the world's best diet. Okay,
Yeah.
they'll not do it. So
Absolutely.
slowly things happen.
Yeah, fantastic. Slow and steady. I mean, yeah, for some people it is the Nike way, just do it. For some people it's slow. For most of us, yes, slow and steady it works. We
Yeah.
live. Now we come to the last part. That is, आजकल इतना manifestation पे बात हो रही है. Many people talk about that, social media पे especially. So do you think visualization or manifestation is important? Have you done that in the process of achieving your goals, your dreams? Have you ever done that thing like a process, not like, I mean, okay, back of the mind, hindsight may, I mean, if I remember, yes, I may have done this for myself personally, but as a process, have you done this, like visualize this systematically every single day, like a practice? Have you done that, Vispy sir?
So I start my day with meditation,
Okay.
which I've been doing it since last many years. But that's not to visualize something or manifest something. That's to control my breaths.
Okay.
That's what I believe in.
Right.
No,
Right.
to have proper lung power and all. That's what I believe in. But if you ask me about visualization, yes, I do visualization. So before every record, about 6 months or 7 months ago, I had already visualized myself performing that particular stunt on that particular stage with a particular music. I've already visualized everything.
Wow.
So that's how I function.
So
So for the stunt of on Atari at Atari border.
Right, right.
I had visualized myself wearing those black uniforms, uh, with on the music of Shiv Tandav.
Oh,
That was visualized already
amazing.
3 months ago, about 3 months ago.
Right,
So that's what so visualization helps. Of course, it helps.
right. And of course,
Then only while you perform, you cut off from the crowd noise and everything. If you don't visualize, you'll be, in a messy situation.
right, right, right. What about you, Akshay sir?
Because I'll tell you certain aspect which Vispy said, no, and I'll tell you what will happen. When youngsters listen to him, no, they will take it in a very different sense. Visualization for Vispy is with years of pain and hard work, he is visualizing that single performance. The problem with youngsters today is there are a lot of fancy words which have come up. Manifestation and dyslexia and all these nonsense words which have come up. They are definitely there. They have their own meanings. But there is no meaning of such words without actually putting things on the ground, without actual hard work. Yeah?
Effort.
So I see youngsters, talking about big things. So should I manifest? I give them a slap and say, go and buddy, do a push-up first. Stop manifesting. The problem with youngsters today is when they listen to social media and such words, they think it is all without doing anything. It is just sitting and visualizing and, I'll become a millionaire.
Millionaire.
My the vibrations in the on universe will manifest
And they actually do it. Just
they're
visualize.
doing it, sitting for hours together doing nothing and just visualizing.
Yeah.
So this is called not understanding the concept of manifestation. Manifestation.
Correct.
Simply look for in our times. I remember even Vispy will tell you there used to be no word called manifestation.
Nothing. We never heard about it.
It used to be very strong focus and a clear goal. That was manifestation because for us 24 hours we used to think about that.
Right.
That is itself is manifestation. That itself is actual meditation.
Absolutely.
Right? Meditation simply means focus. So when you focus on something like this, that is what you're manifesting 24 hours. But if it is not backed up by very strong action, there is nothing called manifestation.
So no point.
So basically, manifestation or visualization should bring up inspired actions accordingly. So what
it should be other way. It should be your actions through which the manifestation should come. So that's why it's always 90%, 95% perspiration. Then it's 5 to 10% inspiration.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that amount of work you have to put in.
So it's like if you've set a goal, if you're focused on it, you don't need words like motivation, manifestation, inspiration. You don't need them.
Yeah.
You're already there. You already focused. Now just keep on doing the process. Formulating the process, complete it, everything.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. So these young kids today come, they're very motivated, social media pe, and I want this physique, that physique, ko gym aate hain. And then I don't interfere and I don't coach anyone now. It's been years now. But sometimes I see them and then youngsters, sir, can you please help me? Then what are you doing today? So I'm doing arms. Okay, ठीक है, चलो your favorite arms करते हैं. And then कितने sets हो गए सर? आज मैंने 4 exercise कर ली, ये भी कर लिया, ये भी कर लिया. सेल्फियाँ भी ले रहे हैं. उसके बाद they're taking selfies also, बातें भी चल रही हैं. मैंने कहा I'll make you do one set. Actual the way it has to be done.
Yeah.
I have seen literally guys puking in a set.
Yeah.
And I go, what happened to your so-called, manifestation and social media? Where did it go? The problem is that real amount of hard work, in our time, this used to be a plus point. Our coaches had no such fancy words. They used to give a danda. Look, so I've thankfully been under one of the finest coaches in military training, in bodybuilding, in track and field, all international players. Now, in when I was in bodybuilding, I was Air Force team captain. Imagine my coach was Prasad Kumar. Right? Then,
okay.
So, and the gym mein, everybody around me was KLNV Prasad, Bhakta Kumar, and every second person was a national international player.
Right.
Now imagine Prasad sir is coming and you are doing let's say you're doing a bench press, just to give you an example. Now,
Right.
person like him knows because he himself has pushed himself to a different level. So he used to come, जहाँ पे हम बोलते ना, I'm almost done, failure हो रहा है. He'll come and he'll not say 1 more, 2 more, 10 more. Because sir, 10 more, ये कैसा number है? And he'll make sure you do it. I have actually experienced total failure, what you actually call total failure in a muscle, only under Prasad sir.
Right. Even the eccentrics.
Yeah. Now when you reach
amazing.
that level, then at the end when you're performing, then you visualize things. Then manifestation comes in. It's not just ke baithe manifest kar rahe hain.
Yeah.
The reels, the only
it's manifesting through reels.
Amazing. fantastic to talk to you guys, and this brings us to the end of this particular question answer session with you guys. It's always wonderful to talk with achievers, the legendary status so called जो अभी हमने बात करी. So yeah,
वापिस टाइटल दे दिया.
नहीं, you deserve it. You deserve it. You
Normal.
deserve it. So thank you so much for your time.